Welcome to another episode of Just Ask Cher Live. And of course, you know, I am always excited. And I want to make sure you guys are, I don't think you can hear me. So I got this. Don't worry. Let's take a look. Make sure everybody's hearing me. Oh, yes, you can hear me. How awesome is that? And, you know, you get a little gun shy when you do an entire episode on how to rock your LinkedIn Lives. In the first 4 minutes, you're not rocking at all. But in this episode, it's kind of like a continuation from last week's episode. And basically, it's so many people have been getting live, get access to live, and now they're coming up with, well, what am I going to broadcast about? That is what this episode is all about, my friends. It's about coming up with the best ideas for your live shows or your broadcast so that you can boost your brand, create opportunities for yourself, and wow your audience, because it is sometimes all about that wow factor. So today it's all about the ideas, baby. So, you feeling this? I hope so. And of course, you know, we have my scroll stoppers that we'll be talking about as well. And in the meantime, show me some love. Are you guys loving this idea? Loving how to learn how to come up with cool ideas for your live? Because it really is, as you can see, a little sick, but that's okay. As you can see, when it comes to lives, especially as more and more people are getting access to the lives, you want to make sure that you stand out. And how do you stand out? With an awesome concept. How do you stand out? With an awesome post. So I'm just going to make sure that I got love in the comments. Y'all are telling me what's good, and you're telling me that I sound great. This is great. It's so important to know. I appreciate you guys in the audience right now. And Brian Schulman, thank you much. Thank you so much. You can hear the voice of my vibe in the first few minutes. How cool is that? Gary Stockton, thank you so much for saying that I sound great. This is really important. And hey, Sean. Hi, Paul. Oh my gosh, excited. My mentor, Paul C. Brunson, has been my mentor for years. He's awesome. And it's so great to have you tuning in live. I'm like gushing a little bit, but I'm happy. That's awesome. Okay, Precious. Hey, Cher. I'm reading the comments. Hey, Cher. Hey, Precious. How you doing? And Margarita says she can hear me. Team Live. Yes, tell me about that Team Live. So if you guys are loving the idea about coming up with a cool concept idea for your podcast or your live show, whether here on LinkedIn or on Instagram or on Twitter, for all those watching on Twitter, I see you guys too. Definitely retweet this broadcast with your crew so they know. They can learn something, see something, say something, especially when you see something good. Okay, guys, Bertina, hi. Gary, hi from Wisconsin. Dilla, hi as well. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for tuning in. So, show me some love, tap that like, whatever it is. I know you're there. So thank you guys so much. And I'm just gonna, again, check, make sure that everything is all good. Okay, and yes, let me jump in. I see so many of you guys here with me, and I thank you so much. So for those of you who are livers, my die-hard livers, and I know that I have a lot of die-hard replayers too, because I see you guys in the comments every week, and you know, friends, I read my comments. So let me know in the comments right now, are you team live or are you team replay? No matter what team you're on, your team Just Ask Cher, and I love all of you for watching. Thank you so much. And yes, my team livers are in the house right now. Eric, come on, I know better than that. Tana, hi. Yes, Paul is a superstar, rock star. He is, oh, love it. Okay, Keith, everyone. Terry, hello. Okay, so team live. Tell me where you guys are watching from, because I'm going to check that out in a little later. It always amazes me when I see people all around the world checking out this live broadcast, but that's what it's all about. And guys, next week, please remind me when I don't hit the damn timer. This is all about delivering the goods in 30 minutes or less. Hotter, fresher, and more satisfying than your favorite pizza. So guys, keep me honest. I want to stay on time-ish. Okay, so maybe I'll cut out at 20 minutes too, or 20 minutes into the timer because I just stole 10 minutes just like that. So that tells me I need to get into the show. But to be honest, I did start about 4 minutes late because I got my computer back, had to make sure everything's all running the way I want it to run. So let's dive right into the first thing that I always talk about. Well, it's not necessarily the first thing, but one of the things I always talk about is a scroll stopper. And this scroll stopper, my friends, is one of the easiest scroll stoppers that practically guarantees engagement. And so this caught my attention. And really, quite frankly, you can do this for any topic, but let's take a look. All right, so let's jump in to my scroll stopper. And this scroll stopper is brought to you by Gabriella Casino. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because she had such a she just basically had such a great idea. So what she did was she went to her audience and said, listen, guys, I need your help, okay? Because she had a decision to make. And let me tell you, my friends, that decision wasn't easy. And if you've ever struggled with picking the right picture, you'll know what I mean. But again, I'll show you how you can use this no matter what you want to do as far as getting the advice of your audience. So let's go back to the screen and we'll take a look. So basically what she said was, please help me choose which photo to use for my LinkedIn profile. Then she gives photo credit to Ramon, and she also says thank you. So what do we learn from this? What can you do with this? Well, one, whether you're asking for an opinion on a photo, whether you're asking an opinion on, let's say, a graphic idea, perhaps for a logo, for packaging, maybe a program idea, maybe, let's see, what else? You could pretty much ask for anything. A live show idea. You can also ask for opinions on, I've seen people who, just to get engagement with their audience, and this works really well on Instagram, is like showcase the outfits. I know it may sound, this is the personal side of personal branding, what outfits they should wear to this opportunity that they get to speak at. It's all about engaging the audience. And why does this work? So let's again go look back at this. So we'll help Gabriella, help Gabriella out by let's take a look at the pictures that she offered. So she's sharing her opinions on which ones, and let's know, what's your pick? So here's number one, okay? The reason why I wouldn't pick this as a profile picture, it's a good background picture, but we want to see your face. And so let's look at number two. Oh, look at the smile. This is number two. Guys, do you like one or two so far? And finally, number three. So these are the three pictures she shared with us. And so what she gets to do at this point is now ask your opinion. Again, what she's giving is our options. Then they're quite different options, different enough that people can give their opinion why. So you might want to do that. Let's say you're writing a book cover, a show idea, a podcast cover. Whatever it is, it's a great way to involve your audience in the making of you and your brand and what you do. And people love to share what they think, and they love to feel that they're helping. So like I said, one of the easiest ways ever to get the opinion of your audience and get engagement on something that matters to you, and people love to help. So use that as a way to engage more with your audience. So I'm going to jump right into my audience. And before I do that, let me see. Yes, she also, for this point, she also gave credit to the developer, the photographer, but you can do that with a developer, a graphic designer, whatever the case may be. If there's credit due where credit's due, make sure you show love that way. So that's what you're going to do with this type of, let me collect my thoughts, this type of post. Got it? Okay, good. So I'm going to jump in here, and I've got people from Pensacola, Florida. Hi, Whitney. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Margarita. You guys, Tampa, Florida. Florida's in the house, and New Jersey. Wow, okay. Yes, people liked, as Maureen Wixon said, people like to help and to be engaged. And this is a great scroll stopping idea, because when people ask for help, and she literally said, please help me. She literally said that. That's the first line. we as humans who care about the relationships, especially if you care about the relationships, we are wired to want to help. So think about that and think about how you can leverage your next post or something down the road as you're creating and you're deciding. Share this part of your brand journey with your audience. Tampa's in the house. Hi, Lionel, LaQuanza. Oh my gosh, team live from Cali. You guys are awesome. Okay, so what do you guys think of this idea? Will you be using this idea? Oh my gosh, I am struggling with this never-ending cough, but don't worry, I'm still here for you. All right, so, and also she liked and responded. Forgot to mention that, which is really important. So if you guys are out there, and this is the final tip for this scroll stopper until we move on. And thank you guys for showing showing love to this post, this idea. That's awesome. Continue if you like this idea. I want to know. So the one thing that you have to do is make sure you respond. If you ask for help, if you put any content out there, you need to make sure you actually respond and like and continue the conversation as you move forward, or else what's the point? This is social media. This is not post up, look at me. Hey guys, look at me, look at me. No, it's not about that. It's about having the conversation and building relationships. So just remember that. It is human nature. That is right, Douglas. Hey Rob, saw you on an awesome pirate broadcast. I saw you today on that live. You were awesome on it. Love your energy. Okay, and Dr. Charlie viewing from Kansas. That's pretty dope. I love it. All right, so let's keep it moving. All right, so coming up next, this is really interesting, and this is an app that could have actually helped the last post, because oftentimes when we're trying to get opinions on people's our opinions on our profile pictures, whether you're using it, and again, let's think big. This is beyond LinkedIn. For those of you who are watching on Facebook, hello to everybody over there. For those of you watching on YouTube, hi. And all of those sites, and of course, if you're on Instagram, I know I'm not broadcasting live on Instagram, but if you're over on, if you use Instagram as well, you need a profile pic. You also need a profile pic if you're on dating websites like Bumble or Tinder or wherever else you're hanging out. And you want to make sure that you are communicating the right message. So this app or website is a great way to get opinions based off of your profile shot. So basically what they're doing is it gives you an idea of what people think. What are their first impressions when they see your profile? So let's take a look. Okay, I'm gonna do something cool. I wanted to use remember last week I got my new transitions, so let's play with that, all right? So give me a sec. All right. So, cool, right? Anyways, I'm loving it. So this website is called Photo Feeler. And basically, it's like find out what people really think of your photos. So stop guessing and start testing. And it's great for business, social, and dating sites. And so basically what you have to do is you upload your picture to Photo Feeler. And then you either can pay to have people look at your photo and judge it based off of their criteria. Is it smart? Is it trustworthy? Is it attractive? So that's basically what they're looking on to judge by. And then what they are also, but instead of paying, because there's always a free option, as long as you vote on 20 other pictures, it's the same. You get your picture cast in the lot. So at the end of the day, what happens is that people can then, you can put your picture in, people can vote on what they think of your picture. You can get a real-time interaction, and it's all about a community. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and just going to take a quick look at what people are saying. Loving the energy. Thank you so much. I try to bring it as much as I can, even when I'm coughing down the mic. So I'm going to drink my water because that's super important. And if you guys are wondering where to find Photo Feeler, it's so simple. We are just going to go photofeeler.com. So that's where you're going to find it. So take a screenshot if you need it. And yeah, it's true. And I'm going back to just a few of the comments, and let me just jump back on screen here. So going back to a few of the comments, don't you like my little glitchy thing? I'm gonna probably geek out a little bit because I've been adding like little tiny things. You're gonna see that over the next coming weeks because I'm like trying to level up my lives as y'all come up. Y'all are coming for me. It's all good. But yeah, I'll be playing with a few more things. But Brian says it's like they want the numbers and engagement, but they don't want to actually engage. So that goes back to before. Make sure that when you are posting stuff that you spend the time engaging, especially when it comes to, as we move into the next part of things, is that live show business or the business of a podcast. Like, you've got to be a part of the audience. One of the things that I directly attribute my success so far on LinkedIn with my content has been me getting back into the content, getting back into the comments, getting back into replying, liking, and sharing, and really not just on my own content, on everybody else's content as well. That is really important. So that's what I wanted to just leave you with until now as we jump into the main topic, my friends. So now you know about that scroll stopper, but now you need ideas, baby. I got them. I got ideas. So take out those pens and papers right now, because if you are thinking about creating a live episode or creating a live show or a podcast, and you're not sure where you should go yet, this is where I want to help you. This is where I really want to help you, at least springboard you, excuse me, into the idea of what you can be doing. So before I do that, I just want to catch up on the comments here. Yes, my transitions are sick. That's right, Dr. Terry. I love it. Yes, I'm having so much fun. It's very interesting, Julie. It is, and Tana says my entire setup is pretty dope, my friend. I agree, and I love doing it. So I love it. Dr. Terry is just like, I don't watch anybody's live but yours. Ooh, you loyal, you smart, you loyal, and I love you. Okay, this is awesome. Okay, so guys, let's take a look here at my ideas. So I have a whole bunch, and there's a book that I wrote down, so I want to make sure I grab them all for you guys. And let's go. So the first tip that I have for you is ask your audience. And I've seen a lot of people been doing that lately. Again, that's one of the reasons why I chose this week's scroll stopper, because it is all about asking your audience, what do they want to learn from you? What do they want to learn? What's a hot topic for them? What are they struggling with? Think about the people who are coming to you, and like, let's say, for example, they're asking you questions at work about what you are excelling at. They are asking questions about how things work. If you are if you're a consultant or a service-based entrepreneur, where or anything in that realm where it's like you are an expert at something, what is it that people want to know? And the biggest and it's about listening to those questions, because oftentimes when you know something and you're hanging around all the other people who know what you know, you feel like you don't know as much as you do until someone asks you a question which you would otherwise seem or receive it as a basic question. But no, those are the questions that people want to know. So pay attention to what people are asking you. If you are speaking, what are people asking you after you get off the stage? If you are in a meeting, what are people asking about? What do they want to know about that can help the team, help the project, help the product, help the development? What is it that can help them? So you want to be asking your audience what they need to know. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is find the opportunity. And so sometimes if your audience isn't engaged with you as of yet, because sometimes it does take time, you've got to go out and you've got to go look for the opportunity. Look for what's next. So for example, let's say we're going to take it out of the business realm for a second, right? So I just saw Joker on the weekend. I don't know if you did, But this would have been a great opportunity to start a show on DC's uprising. As far as what they did with that movie this weekend was incredible. And if you want to start talking about movies, if you were building your career as a critic, as someone who's talking about what's going on in the entertainment industry, that's an opportunity because people are talking about it, right? Also, maybe you're seeing a growth opportunity at work. Maybe there's an opportunity where you're seeing the company is going in a direction and you're like, I'm on that train. I need to get on that train. I will be on that train. Wherever your status is right now, it's like you've got to now find the opportunity ahead of that train so that you can showcase your expertise and growing expertise as you continue to stay ahead of the pack. So look for the opportunities where the industries are going, look at where your company is moving ahead, and as well where your clients seem to be kind of turning their heads in that direction. You got to look for that opportunity and see if it's right for you and then jump on it. So find those opportunities. So far, what do you guys think of this advice? Let me know. Tap that like button. Smash that like button, as the YouTubers say. Give me some love. Let me know what you're thinking of these ideas. And hopefully you're writing down a few ideas as well. So let me just see. Yes, asking in DMs. Oh, I love that idea, Maureen. Ask people that you really want their opinion. Asking in the DMs, sliding up with that nice little voice note is a great way to do it because it really feels personalized. And there's nothing like getting a nice voice note from someone that you may not talk to all the time, but their opinion matters to you. All of a sudden you're like, oh, this person knows who I am and they respect me enough to leave me a note. Trust me, it's worth it and it will pay off as well. One of the great reasons why doing it with a voice note is because someone can answer back with a voice note. And here's why that is amazing. The reason why is because, one, you ask that way, so it's like, oh yeah, I can respond as a voice note, which is so much easier than typing out ideas. Some people love to type, but I think that most people are just so damn busy. As much as they want to help you, they ain't got time for that. So when you send them a voice note, it's so easy to respond to with your voice that you might get really rich answers out of that. Okay. Yes, Troy's been saying that he's been using a voice notes a lot. Sorry guys, I got a drink. I'm going to cough in the mic again. I apologize. And also Henry's Team Live, love it. And how can I access the application? And that question's coming from Victoria. If you're talking about the live application, if you just Google, it's faster to go out of LinkedIn to find it than it is to go in. Just Google LinkedIn Live application, and you should be able to get it from there. And so Dr. Terry is kind of what's holding her back from starting your podcast. We're going to have to dive deeper into this. Hopefully it's just an idea. Because remember, I know you watched the episode a couple weeks ago when I recommended using Anchor. Anchor.fm was my Tap That app with 2 P's a couple weeks ago. And that is one of the easiest ways to create a podcast. Even if you create it for your ears only just to start. Because the minute you start doing that and you listen back, you're like, this ain't that bad. Terry, I have seen what you're doing. So I know you're good for it. Anyways. Yes, voicemails are much more personal. So let me jump back in. And of course, you guys, I'll hit you back on the comments later if I don't touch them live. I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, so the next is decide on your format. And this is where you guys are going to want to take notes because I have some really cool ideas that I want to talk about. So the ideas that I have are micro content. This is what you'll see most often, I feel, on LinkedIn is people go on a micro content or a very specific question that they are going to ask and answer within their broadcast. So that's one, micro content. AMAs, ask me anything. So a lot of people go live and they may have, and I recommend having a specific topic as opposed to random, ask me anything that's too random. But go in, ask me anything about podcasting. I'm not the podcasting expert, but if you are, that's your thing, then you should do something to that. Or maybe even, and I would say, because I wouldn't say ask me anything about personal branding, because that's so vague, right? Ask me anything about going deeper, about building relationships with people who are with prospects who I want them to become my clients. So what about that? That's more deep, right? Now the approach that I take. So far, it's micro content, going a deep dive on one specific thing, and teaching out of that. The ask me anythings. Next is segmented. So that's kind of what I do. I kind of go for this. There's different segments for each area that I talk about. So I have something that, and they're very consistent. You guys know every week, scroll stoppers, tap that app, and then my main topic, which would be a micro topic. So I've combined all three into one. So that requires a little bit more planning, and you have to plan your transitions and make sure that there is a lot of synchronicity between what you do in your segments. But that's like an Ellen show. That's like pretty much all of those live talk shows that you see, there are segments. So that's another way of approaching it. Next, an interview series. So you could be interviewing and featuring guests on your show each week. And so you just have to make sure that those are guests that people actually want to watch or listen to. A tutorial is another one. Tutorials are hard because you got to make sure that you can do that in a half an hour with no editing, or in an hour, however long. But you got to be cognizant of your audience's time when they can do that. So tutorials are good if you can do it well in a half an hour. You kind of have to do that live show thing. You know, like the cooking shows when it's like they pull out, they put in the oven the thing that they prepared, and then they pull out the one that has already been cooking. So you'll have to do some cheating on that, but tutorials can be great if you are delivering the goods to your audience. Okay, and hot topics. Love this. So you could talk about the hot topics of the week in your industry, anything that's newsworthy and noteworthy, and talk about that. That is a great way. And then what you're doing, and I've done this before, where you pull clips of what's going on in the media. Maybe a product launch, maybe a new service drop, maybe a closure, a merger, whatever. You can talk about that and have a show on hot topics. Right? And mostly what I'm coming at is at the weekly interval. That's kind of my favorite, but you can do what you feel your audience is willing to consume from you. Okay? And finally, reviews. So you could do a whole kind of like a consumer's report thing where you are reviewing products, you're reviewing services, you're comparing this versus that. That's another idea that you can go with. So those are the ideas, those are the type of formats which you can structure your show around. So again, just to recap, a deep dive on a micro content, an ask me anything, but be specific about the ask, segmented, kind of like what I do here, or just like what I do here on Just Ask Cher, an interview series, and that's when you're bringing on guests and you're talking about whatever you're talking about that will fancy your audience. Tutorials, again, just make sure you're doing the little cheats. You're planning how you're going to do it so that it can be executed well. Hot topics, in other words, anything that's newsworthy and noteworthy that's going on in your industry. And finally, reviews. So those are the ideas. Tell me, guys. I want to see right now in the comments. Let me know what option, that's the word I was looking for. What option are you guys most excited about? I'm going to keep on going, but then I'm going to check back in the comments to see. So I've given you all those different ideas. I hope this has sparked something for you. If it has, please tap that like button or press that love button, whatever you're feeling right now. It's got you thinking, maybe that curious man, whatever. Maybe it's the idea. Let me know. I'm really curious, okay? And let me move into my next idea as you guys are tapping in what idea is resonating with you most, because I would love to see those ideas come to life and I could be like, yeah, I kind of helped with that. I sprinkled some magic, Cher, just magic. Anyways, all right. So the next thing you want to do is think episodically. And yes, that, my friends, is a word. Episodically is a word. I looked it up before I used it because I wanted to make sure. So what I mean by that is you're thinking in episodes. You want that continuity of your show so that people know what to expect. You know that on this episode, and people can see why these episodes connect to the main theme of the show. So when I had a show called Just Ask Cher, when I had a show, oh my gosh, the Lori and Cher show, Hacking into Awesome with my cousin, we always thought about the reason why we're bringing people in to interview is because they were doing something awesome, including where I met Paul C. Brunson, my mentor. Yeah, so I had him live on my show, but everybody that was on my show was doing something awesome. I'm noticing I have 4 minutes left, and that was still cheating time. I'm loving you guys for showing the love here. So, let's see. What are you guys saying? So Anchor is so simple to use. That's right, Russ. And your show was amazing today with Rob House. Loved it. Okay, everybody's loving this. Calvin and, Randall and Calvin. Hey, Calvin, you guys did your first live. That is so awesome. I'm so excited. You guys, if you guys are not following Randall and Calvin, Calvin is my super fan. Just awesome guys. So make sure you connect with them. And if anyone wants a resource, so connect with, I love the networking that's happening right now. So Margarita, she is a resource when it comes to starting a podcast. I love it. Please connect with her because she's reaching out. She's saying, slide in my DMs if you want to know. Guys, in order to make this happen, you got to take action, right? So I'm loving this. I'm loving all the conversations that are happening. Micro content, interviews, ask me about. Yes. That's what I'm talking about, Tana. What about content boards? Ooh, very interesting. I like that. I love the segments. What about timing, though? How long they should be? How long should you be? Well, it really depends. For me, I used to be an hour. I tried to get it down to 30 minutes. I'm struggling. But you have to think about your audience. What are they willing to watch? How long are they willing to watch? And are you delivering the money info? And that's my next point, guys. So after you thinking episodically, are you delivering the goods? Are you delivering information that people would pay for? Because listen, if everything else there is Googleable, everything out there, as Marie Forleo says, is figure outable. But if they know, if your audience knows they can trust you to deliver good stuff, and I'm hoping today, guys, I really am hoping that today you're like, that was a good idea. I'm so glad I watched this because like my whole goal is to bless you guys and show gratitude by delivering value. So deliver the money info, the info people pay you to deliver. It will come back to you, I promise. And finally, know your why. And what I mean by knowing your why, and this is now about you, why are you doing this in the first place? Because now you can track back your entire concept as to, is it going to help you achieve your goals? So is it about brand awareness? Are you building an email list? Are you trying to introduce a new service, a new a way of thinking around thought leadership? So thought leadership around a specific industry, service, product, something, mindset. Also, are you trying to showcase your talent? So remember that idea earlier is like getting ahead of the train. Your organization's going in this direction. Create content that shows that you have this talent, that they should be thinking about you in this next opportunity. So hopefully you guys know your why. And let me know what you're thinking. Do these ideas resonate for you? Again, if they do, show me love, clap those hands, whatever it is. This just feeds me. So this is like food for me right now when I see your engagement. And I can't tell you, when I see that like bursts of engagement, it just, when I'm going back and I watch the show, because I do, it just feels awesome. So thank you guys. 48 seconds? Damn. Okay, so I've been answering all your questions, and I appreciate that. And I will go back as well and answer the questions. And coming up next on Just Ask Cher, I'm not sure yet. So what I'm going to do, and you see all the synchronicity in my show, what I'm doing is I'm going to ask you guys, what do you want to see in future episodes of Just Ask Cher? You see what I did there? Bring this episode, you see how, and this is really to show you guys how you can put together a show in an episode where everything sort of flows together. So what I want to know from you is, what do you want to see from me here at Just Ask Cher? What is hot? What is a hot topic? Where do you want me to dive deeper in? Or is there something you want me to talk about that I can help you with? And it looks like, guys, my time is up. And to honor your time, and I thank you guys so much for watching, did you guys know that, let's take a look here, sharing is caring. I'm going to move that out of the way because it's rude. Yes, sharing is caring. So if you guys found value in today's episode, I ask that you guys do actually share this episode. That share button right there, that matters to me so much. It really helps me to get out into your network, and you get to bless your network with information, with content that you feel helped you. So, and I do thank you guys so much for watching, because it really does mean a lot to me. And of course, if you wanted to catch any back episodes of the Just Ask Cher show, you can go right here to my YouTube channel, because I do have all the episodes streaming right through to YouTube as well. Are we connected yet? My friends, are we connected yet? I am Cher Jones on Twitter. I'm here on LinkedIn for those of you watching from LinkedIn, and of course on Instagram. I share all the behind the scenes stuff. I share some fun stuff too. So let's make sure we get connected yet. And I do really appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. And I will see you based off of one of the ideas in the comments below on the next episode. Thanks so much for